quick story about myself. I used to be a concert pianist. 11 years ago, I was a concert pianist. I know I look young. I'm almost 40. I guess that's still kind of young. I got married at 19. I had 4 kids at 24. I do things quickly. I do. And do you know the difference between a large pepperoni pizza and a musician is? Anybody know the difference between a large pepperoni pizza and a musician? A large pepperoni pizza can actually feed a family of 4. So I was broke forever. I was paying my diesel with my MasterCard. My MasterCard was my American Express through the credit card Fandango. Does anyone know that well? Yes. I was tired of being sick and tired and actually saw an infomercial on how to buy and sell real estate, bought the product, never looked back. Now, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit just so you understand who I am. For those of you who want to research me on the internet, you're probably going to. I'm doing a television show right now with Mark Burnett. You guys know who that is? Yeah. Same guy, Survivor. I'm actually doing a taping of The Apprentice on the 25th of October in New York. I've written 3 books, one with Jack Canfield. And what else? Oh yeah, I have a lot of fun doing what I do, and my mission is to help as many people as possible in the health and people business. And that's why I'm here. I do work into the affluent, yes. So we do actually about $100 million a month in volume in real estate right now globally, not just in the U.S., but in Canada, in here in the U.S., in South America, in Europe, and in Asia. So we're a global business, and we do business from our living room. Are you okay with actually having other people do all the work? In fact, write this down, please. I want you to delegate from this point forward. Delegate 100% of the work, but make 50% of the profit. Are you okay with that? Yes. Are you okay with growing your business and having actually people do all the work and you actually making 50% of the profit? And I know some of these concepts might be a little weird for you. But and by the way, we're in Chicago. Can we be like super frank with each other? Can we just call things the way they are? Yeah. If you hear anything that sounds like bullshit, just go, that's bullshit. Can you say that? Yes. I know you can. Okay. Clearly, you can say that. That's great. So if you hear anything that sounds like BS, just be upfront. I'm going to be upfront as well. We're going to be friends here for the next hour or so, have a lot of fun together, and hopefully teach you how to make, just change your life just a little bit. In fact, make more money in the next 10 months than you have in the last 10 years if I have something to do with it. So, I was a musician, I was broke, I hated it, saw an infomercial on how to buy and sell real estate. More millionaires and billionaires have been created with real estate than anything else. And I don't care if the economy goes up or down, but at this point, I just wanted out of being a musician. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Saw the infomercial about the product, never looked back. So they're getting houses and tenants, houses and tenants. Anyone here have houses and tenants? Yes. Did your tenants go to the same school as my tenants? The Jerry Springer School of Tenantry. Yes. I had Jerry Springer tenants. I absolutely hated it. I had a whole lot of houses, absolutely no money. You guys understand that? Cash poor, but asset rich. Hated it, hated it, hated it. Started going to real estate investment seminars on how to become a better real estate investor. Has anyone here ever been to a personal growth investment seminar or any seminar whatsoever? More than 1. More than 2. Any professionals at 3 or more? Isn't it like going to an AA meeting after a while?
Same people.
The same people over and over again. It's like, hey Bob, how you doing? Oh, it's been 33 days since my seminar. I'm falling off the wagon. It's exactly what happened to me. I was going to all these seminars, and how do you pay for these seminars? With credit cards, getting the credit card paying all over again. Next thing I know, I'm over $100,000 in debt. I have tenants that aren't paying, and I start spiraling towards bankruptcy. Worst feeling in the world, having bill collectors haunt you, haunt you, haunt you. You don't know what to say. You start not answering your phone. Bad, bad feeling. Never want to do that again. Worst was Ford. Ford was evil. Ford was mean. They were vicious. In fact, they were so mean, I said to Ford, listen, if you keep calling me with this attitude, next month you won't go in the hat. A hat? He said, what's a hat? I said, well, Ford, at this point in my life, I take all my bills and I put them in a hat. Then I do a drawing. And I take out 2 bills, and those are the ones that I pay. So if you call me again, guess who's not going in the hat? One of those is hilarious, except for 2 days ago, my car was on. Very hard buying a house from a bicycle that says we buy houses on it. I buy houses. We're very successful, very successful. So that was a big turning point in my life. No car, my spouse hates me, my kids are like, I have small kids, don't know what I'm going to do. The phone rings from a guy that saw one of my signs saying, I buy houses. I'm sure you've seen those signs in Chicago. I don't want to bore you with that, but the guy called me up, and I just had my car repossessed, and this guy wants me to make his house payment. That was hilarious, because he says, I buy houses, I can take over your house payment. And this guy's name was Bill, and I did not want to talk to him about real estate at this point. I just wanted to give up. So we talk about kids, sports, fishing, hockey, anything for 45 minutes. I will preface that I'm from Montreal originally, so this is in Montreal. You know where Montreal is, anyone? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, and there's two seasons in Montreal, very much like Chicago. There's winter and July, right? So it wasn't July, so it was winter. And it's the middle of winter, I'm absolutely, depressed, and we talk about everything else about real estate for 45 minutes, and probably after 45 minutes, Bill says, can we please talk about myself now, because we've been talking about each other and our businesses and everything else, everything that's, we've built this great relationship. I really want help in my business. I said, in my situation, I said, fine, Bill, what do you do for a living? He says, well, I'm a divorce attorney. I said, cool, why are you selling your house? He says, well, I'm going through a divorce. I said, wait a second, you're a divorce attorney going through a divorce, how's that a problem? He says, well, unfortunately, my spouse is also a divorce attorney. Oh. And I work for her law firm. Oh. And unfortunately, at the end of the month, I'm getting the house in this divorce settlement. The house has been on the market for 3 years. We haven't been able to sell the house for 3 long years. And I'm looking for a successful real estate investor like you, Marco, to make my payment. I said, well, wait a second, Bill. Before we even go about me making your house payment, which I didn't want to do to begin with because I was broke, I said, well, wait a second. The house has been on the market for 3 years. What's wrong with the house? He says, there's nothing wrong with the house, Marco. In fact, it's one of the most expensive houses in town. I said, well, what's the payment you want me to make, Bill? He says, for you, it should be easy. It's only $32,000 a month. Excuse me? $32,000 a month. I had never seen $32,000 in one place at this point in my life. I didn't imagine making a $32,000 a month payment. I said, Bill, there's no way I can make that payment. He says, well, why not? And I didn't want to tell again the guy was broke, so I started ruffling through some papers, making some noise. I said, Bill, I'm looking at my roster of houses right now, and I have too many $32,000 a month payments to make as it is. Not prepared to make another one. He says, Marco, quit kidding around. I said, Bill, seriously. I'm going to make a promise I can't keep. And when the guy starts streaming, hooting and hollering, slams down the phone, that was the end of that. And I pretty much forget about Bill. Now, 4 months later, he calls me back. I'm like, Bill, why are you calling me back? He says, well, Mark, I went to 4 different real estate investors. They all promised to make my payment. They all made promises they couldn't keep. They all made statements that weren't true. And now I'm in foreclosure. I'm behind. I've lost my credit. I'm in the exact spot I didn't want to be when I first called you. But you're the only guy that really gave me tried to give me some solutions to make this thing work, and you didn't make a promise you couldn't keep. Because I offered to actually sell his house for him, doing it in an unconventional way, and he wasn't ready to accept it at that point. So he says, Marco, I'm open now. Why don't you try selling my house? I said, fine, I'll give it a shot. So at this point, I have possession of a $5.5 million property with a $3.3 million mortgage. Anything over mortgage balance was mine. A lot of equity there, just didn't know how to squeeze it out. So, and I had been to all these different seminars, so I go, and I didn't know what to do. So the first thing I do is I go to my self-help programs. Self-help programs. People self-help programs, right? Yes. All the programs that are on your shelf.
And you bought it and never opened.
So I go to my self-help programs and I look for my things. Nothing talked about luxury real estate. It's like these affluent people all want to live in a house. Why aren't any of these about marketing to the affluent? Not one. So the first thing I tried to do is what I knew how to do was try to rent out the place. Now, do you think it's possible to rent a multi-million-dollar house with a $32,000 a month payment that's facing foreclosure and making cash flow quickly? By the way, I really like an interactive relationship when I speak to people. Is that fair?
Yeah.
If I ask you a question, can you guys respond?
Yes.
That was very weak. That was very weak. Let's try that. Yes. Guys, I know some of you haven't been excited since the Carter administration. I understand that. Let's just have a little bit of fun together. Do you think it's possible to rent that sucker out quickly? No. No.
Yes.
Ask me why I know that. I tried it. Didn't work. Next thing I tried to do was a lease option. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what a lease option is when you find someone with poor credit. Think about it. They give you a whack of cash down. They service the monthly payment. Hopefully, you can make some money on the monthlies. Imagine putting an ad in the Chicago Tribune that said something like this to get rid of the place. $500,000 down. Easy $48,000 a month payment. Any credit? Okay. You think that's going to work? Yeah. Ask me why I know that. I tried that too. I tried everything I had learned in all these different real estate seminars. I even called the gurus themselves because I was really trying to get rid of this thing. Nothing was working. Everything was impotent. I'm like, gosh, what am I going to do? And I'm almost giving up on this place. I picked up a newspaper and I saw the ad that changed my life forever. Forever. That ad said auction. I said, wow, a house auction. Never heard or seen of a house auction before. Really excited for a lot of different reasons. Number one is, are there always going to be people in any economy with money that want to buy what they want to buy when they want to buy it?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And are there luxury properties right now that are available for unique people?
Yes.
Are these unique people, unique buyers want unique properties?
Yes.
So if you have the right unique house, and you have enough unique people that want the same house or the same place at the same time, what's going to happen to the value of the property?
Goes up.
It's going to go up. So, wow, that's really cool. And are there people from around the world that are buying luxury properties?
Yes.
So it's international, so you can actually get a really rich buyer that comes in and snaps up the property. So I was excited for that reason. I was also excited because this house that they were advertising was in the exact same neighborhood as Bill's house, which was fantastic because I could actually take my bicycle there, which was great. So I take my bicycle there in the middle of January, it's 35 below, and they throw me at the back of they literally throw me at the back of the room. I had to go through the back door, they wouldn't let my kind in, whatever that meant. I look like a bum, and I still do. And the red carpet's out, there's heaters everywhere, there's people with all these high-end cars and valet parking and these Ferraris, beautiful, beautiful property. I get in and there's like hundreds of people in this house wanting to buy it. It was magical. The auctioneer drops his gavel, starts his chant, and in 8 minutes sells this multi-million-dollar property for more than I think it's even worth in 8 minutes. Wow. At this point, my ADHD kicked in. And for those of you that don't know what it is high definition attention deficit disorder. I do everything in high def. So I'm in the back of the room going, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to make some money in Bill's house. I can't believe it. I'm driving all those things I didn't know how to use the wall and grabbing people I don't even know. They're like, who the hell are you?
The owner.
Sorry, my name's Mark. Anyway, I'm like super stoked. So finally, after an hour, I get to talk to the auctioneer. I drive him over to Bill's house. He looks, wow, this is a great house. It was fully furnished, fantastic property. He goes, I think I can sell this thing. I said, great, when can you start? He pulls out his hand, he says, as soon as you give me $50,000 for marketing costs. So I'm from being like, ah, to being like, 50 grand, what do you need $50,000 for? He says, marketing. Write this down. Houses or anything doesn't sell because lack of buyers. No matter what the price is, it doesn't sell because lack of good marketing. And it costs $50,000 to harpoon, underline harpoon, the right buyers all over the world to make sure they're in the right place at the right time, fighting against each other for this one unique product to be able to buy for top dollar. And that costs money. To right marketing, money gets right results. That make sense? Hello? Yes. Absolutely. So that makes a lot of sense, but did I have $50,000? No. I needed $1,500 in my bank account to be broke. That's how much money I had. I'm like, I don't have any money. So I said, I said, Mr. Auctioneer, I really don't have any money. He says, I guess we can't do business. I said, well, wait a second. I got creative. I said, what if you do the deal and I'll pay you double, triple, average what it is when we do the deal, when you sell the house? He says, yeah, it doesn't work that way. You pay up front, we do the deal, and we get paid, and you make the profit. But you know what? If you don't have the money, understand, find the money or give me a call, and we'll figure it out from there. And he leaves. So here I am all frustrated. I really wanted to do business. I've seen Mark out the door and said, I'm determined. You want to sell this property now. I just didn't have the right vehicle. So I hop on my bike home as fast as I can. I pick up the yellow pages and I call every auctioneer I can find, which is 27 of them, and ask the exact same question. Will you front the marketing costs? I'll pay when we sell the house. Got the same response 27 times. Can you guess what that is?
No.
No. Guys, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over.
Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I realized I'm doing the same thing. I'm asking the same question. So I'm back to the beginning of the yellow pages. I changed my voice so they didn't know it was me calling again. And then I asked a different question every single time, which is all what I thought was a great question, which is, hey, I have a house, you have an auction company. Let's combine forces, let's partner, and we'll split the profits on this deal. One auction company said, hey, that sounds like a great idea. They put together a really huge contract that I didn't understand that I just signed back. 4 weeks later, after spending $72,000 on marketing, they actually sold the house for top dollar, and we split the profits. But unfortunately, they kept all the profits. They kept a very large $2 million check, and the profit they gave me was $81,000. But it was $81,000 more than I had before. Right. They did exactly what they said they were going to do, which is keep all the money. I just didn't read that part because they didn't understand it. Because they didn't have any money to figure it out, but that's okay. It was $81,000. So they would like to get a check for $81 grand.
Yes.
Only half the room. With the other half, when they cash those checks, over $81,000. We got a pretty good group over here, my friend. Very good group. Guys, how much of my own money did I have at risk to make the $81,000?
None.
Zero. I can't hear you.
None.
How much of my own credit? it?
None.
Who did